Welcome, everybody. We're going to get started here in just a few minutes. I'm going to copy invitation, and I'm going to put it right here in Facebook Live. Should be right now. Okay. I'm going to get started here in just a second. My son's out there playing with my mom. All right. Here we go. Zoom, share screen. Welcome, everybody. My name is Max Farrell. This is Dex Trader. Also, Dex Effects Copy, Dex Indicators, Our City Investments. I'm your host, Max Farrell. And today in Trading with Max, there is a tremendous amount of pressure on anybody to be successful. You can't be successful all the time. Trading's like this, right? And depending on when you pick your high times and your low times and so forth, is how do you justify whether or not you should be a trader or not? It's completely up to you. But some big highlights, right? How frustrating does it get if you lose money? When you're losing money, when you're in the hole, when your strategy, when it goes up and down, how are you when it's at this time? Are you sad? Frustrated? Do you begin to look for other things? Do you do the ooh squirrel moment and try to find something else? We have this process that I kind of came up with here a while ago. It's a saying. It's an algorithm, if you will. I'm sort of becoming famous for it. C plus V equals G. Now, this process is simple. The C equals consistency. But before we move on to the rest of this algorithm, because this is really where the profit's made, this is where real money is made. But just like when you're playing football, the game could be won or lost in the first 3 seconds of the game. Knowing how to apply consistency, to get to consistency, takes another algorithm. And that algorithm is called P plus D equals C plus V equals G, right? This is how it works. Now the P, simple. This is patience, right? And patience is the act of waiting to do the right thing. I put the right thing in there, to do something. Your patience, you're waiting. You're waiting for something to happen. Now the D is discipline. And the discipline to be able to do something, this equation here, this part of it, is really about patience, waiting for the right thing to happen, and discipline, doing the right thing when it does. This will equal your consistency. Now, what the right thing is and how long you have to wait is really up to the strategy, right? Some strategies, you don't have to wait very long. Some strategies are very, very super quick, but they require a lot of discipline to be able to do them. Some strategies are, there's a lot of things happening at once, but you have to be patient enough to wait for the right thing to happen. And then doing the right thing consistently. That's what will yield your consistency. Now, once that happens, once you find the C, everything else is golden. Because the C, learning how to become consistent, is all about repetition and progression. Let me kind of take you over and give you an example. Now, I'm going to give you some major inside looks to our company and our network I'm going to show you some things in here that are pretty powerful. Now, I'm going to show you this. Now, this is a strategy. It is a process. It is a solution. And I call this Simply Forex. And Simply Forex is all about waiting for the right thing to happen at the most simplest terms. The red lines, if you're not familiar with trading, this is a MetaTrader 4 station that I have on a VPS. And any good strategy has a couple of different things. The first is an event, right? Something has to happen for you to get into the market. And in some cases, multiple events need to happen for you to get into the market or buy into a certain degree, right? You can only go down or go up, right? You only can do a buy or a sell in this process. The red lines here on this chart, these are what we call support and resistance lines, right? When the price is in and under a line, this line is considered a resistant line. And when the price is above a line, it is considered a support line. Now, once the price passes the line, it's now above it. This line now is no longer resistant or support or its resistance. It's now support. So it changes its definition depending on where the price is at. These lines here are called simply moving averages, and they're set at different time frames. Now, a time frame means that it's set at how many bars back does it look to find out what the average price is. You can see one is more dynamic, really set really close to the level of where actual price is at. And the other one has a very swooping feel to it, very systematic moving average, right? The solution here is to find the events that take place. And what could they be? Could they be price crossing one of the moving averages, moving above it or below it? Could it be a crossover on the dynamic or just the simply moving averages themselves? Could it be a combination of both, that the price is above and there's a crossover? So get in for a buy. And what would happen? Now, once that does, the discipline, because the patience to wait for this to happen, the discipline now equals where do you put your stop loss? Where do you put your take profit? Where do you see what I'm saying? So the strategy is not just about when do I get in, but what do I do once I am in? What are my levels? Where are my levels at? And what usually helps really well are these support and resistance lines. How far down are you willing to go to get to a point of success? Or you have a 30 pip stop loss or a 20 pip stop loss? These are all things that you'll start to engage with. Now, as you have a smaller time frame that you're using, if you're using a 15-minute or a 30-minute or 1 hour, the higher the time frame, the more engagement you need and more buffer you need, if you will. There's more of a zone that you have to kind of anticipate. On a 30-minute chart, this could be 80 pips. On a 15-minute chart, it could be 30 pips or 40. Okay. So waiting for the right thing to happen at the exact moment it happens takes time, takes patience, takes that, you're not just sitting here guessing 50-50 on each one. But that's a strategy too. Could you not look at the market and just go, yeah, this looks like a buy situation. I'm coming up, but I should probably buy here. And if you buy, setting your take profits and stop losses at certain levels so they get hit. There's another method here too, is that could you find an event that happens, okay? Because this event that happened here doesn't really, I mean, it looks good on paper, right? It looks really good here. Like if I would have gotten it exactly this time, I would have made a bunch of money. Well, not actually. And I'll show you why here. Because I don't want you to be fooled into thinking like, oh, you see a strategy here, you can just go ahead and get in, and every time that the SMAs cross. In all actuality, if you wait for the cross happens here on this leg right here. Well, right here, okay? And that price is right here. So if you were to try to get in and you were to get in there, you'd immediately be backpedaled 22, 23 pips. So if you had to stop at 20 pips, you'd be stopped out. Your strategy would fail. So where do you have to have your stops at that point? All the way up here, that's 40 pips. Can your account handle that? There's a lot of questions you have to ask. Now, if you had that, this would have been an over the weekend process too. You would have swap fees and all that stuff, and the opportunity that what happens if this gap didn't go in your direction? What happens if it went against your direction? So there's a lot of questions to ask. This is why learning how to trade in the simplest format first, building yourself a foundation of patience plus discipline to get to consistency. You don't care about anything past that. You start at the lowest levels, 0.01 of a lot. And you practice. And you learn about a handful of pairs. On here, I'm doing 10. There's 10 pairs on here that's running in my manual station. And have I made a lot of money since yesterday when I started this particular chart? Only $2.99, but I'm trading at a 0.01 micro lot, which is 10 cents a pip. So that's about 29 pips in a day. And I haven't really traded too much on board right now. I have a handful that I'm playing on the up and down of it. Okay. So that's completely okay. I have other systems that are in here trading that are doing, let me see if I can find one. Here is the, let me see. No, I'll find you one here real quick. All right, give me 1 second. Yep, here it is. Okay. So this is our system for Simply Forex. It's not doing too bad. There we go. Not doing too bad at all. Now, one of the things that I did in our Simply Forex process is that I started to find times that I could start tracking the trades, right? And what this means is that as my system comes on board, let me get, I don't know what happened to my, there it is. I think I'm doing, okay, yeah, it is. Good. Share screen. There it is. Okay. You can easily see that there is movement, right? And then once that movement happens and I'm in the zone, see, here's where the signal started at right here. So I got in, dropped down, went against me, came back in, what have you. Well, it didn't go against me, but it came back into profit. And now what I do is that I don't no longer have my stop loss up here where it was originally. I start moving it down. And what this does is that it's tracking my profit margin down. And why is this so good is because once you pick a direction, once you get it going in that right push, now it's easy. I'm gonna come up here, right about there. The reason being is that I'm seeing these two levels as being pretty strong levels, that 24.45 area to be pretty strong, 24.50. So I'm hoping it'll stay north of 22.50 and keep going. And it'll track up to my take profit, yes. I could even move my take profit out some, and boom, there we go. Now, if you're following this trade on dexfxcopy.com, if you're inside the network, everything I just did, it did on your system, right? If you've been following this since it started on Sunday, you would have made $27.50 so far. But again, I'm only doing a mini lot on this. You're going to be up pretty far today with another 50-something bucks coming on board. That's 50 pips, by the way. Ain't no joke. All right, this is a standard lot. That means that's this is a mini lot. It means that's $1 a pip, right? Great Britain pound USD is killing it. Here in a little while, I'll move down even further, secure even more profit. How much profit did I just secure with just that one little move right there? Let's find out. So now, even if it does go against me, I still secured 25 pips right there. Even if you're watching this and you figure out the strategy, good on you. Congratulations. So you can come to us, you can learn the Simply Forex process, because I teach this process. It costs you $299 bucks. You can make 3 payments of easy, $15.95, whatever it is, I don't know. But if you go to Dex Trader, you can go to find Simply Forex. You can even save $100 bucks because it costs $3.99. You can save $100 bucks by sharing that you're buying in on Facebook. Stupid, right? Stupid crazy. All right, so what do you got in front of you today? What are you doing today to take yourself to a point of learning? Now, I don't manually trade on this process, even though I will manually adjust trades that have already gotten in, but I will never get into a trade directly. Look at that USD CAD. Yeah, that could have some pullback. But either way. You see, so it's got a good adjustment. If you're looking at the account balance here, it's got a good adjustment. There's not a tremendous amount. You don't see any $300 losses in here, right? If you see a loss, it's never more than 30 pips. So that's 30 bucks. But you can get big wins, $53, $32. Get what I'm saying with that? So there's great opportunity. On our website at dexfxcopy.com, there's a performance page. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Nope, that's not it. dexfxcopy.com. Go to performance page. Here it is. Here it is, Simply Forex. Oop. I'm going to clear that meditation on there. There we go. But all of our pages over on the performance, Trading Live with Maxx, Dex 3000, Dex Live. There'll be another one down here called The Grinch that's coming up. Pretty powerful too. It's very slow. That's right. Also, just so you know, I develop bots, EAs, traders, but I also use other people's bots to try to find the solution. Why wouldn't I? I'm not an idiot. I don't got some overinflated ego that I have to build everything. And if you know the bot that I use, great. Go buy it and do it yourself. I really don't care. I have enough customers, enough people to build this network and to do what I'm going to do. And if you have the prowess to go do it, congratulations. I'm not ripping anybody off. I'm not hurting anybody. But what I am doing is that I'm doing all the testing and strategizing and the expense of running it and having it move. I'll show you one right now. I have no problem showing you because it's complete transparency. It's called the Finch. This is from Rob Booker's team. I went in and researched the solutions in there. I came back in and found all the variables. And we started this yesterday morning. Yesterday. See the balance right there? 1/8. Today's the 9th. And in one day with micro pips. Micro pips. Do you understand me? $11.21. That's 112 pips in a single day. And just sitting here. That could have been $112. It could have been $212 in a day with two mini lots. So remember, it doesn't matter. Now, of course, it took a lot for me to get that bot to do that. It took a lot of testing and what time frames to put it on and everything else. On the draw in, on what pairs do well, which ones don't. And I had to get it to a point where it's automated. So if you want to spend the $600-700 to go over to Booker's Place and get all that stuff, have at it. I don't even put an affiliate link in there. That's how appreciative I am. You can keep the money. You can figure it out and go do it. Show the prowess and make it happen. So the grint's going to come up. And that process too is pretty powerful because it's very methodical. Does a certain thing at a certain time in a certain process. It exudes the patience to discipline, to get the consistency. And then we allow you to add the volume to that process. So we'll have a couple different ways to be able to trade, to be able to build your process. You could use all three if you want. I don't really suggest it because they all sit at different levels of availability and success rate. They could collide with each other. The euro on one could be on a buy and the other one could be a sell on the other, and you'll have a hedge problem in there. So you got to be careful. The DEX 3000 here, this is going to kind of get a little bit of a revamping. Trading live with Maxx is always going to be the Simply Forex, and then we're going to have the Grinch, which is a play on words for the Finch. Okay. So that's pretty cool, right? Now, because I build my own bots and my own processes, that's what Simply Forex is. This is my own bot. I don't have a problem telling you. Okay. It's had some stupid potential. But what we use it for is a filtering solution. That's right. Does it work all the time greatly on all pairs? And the answer is no. But I traded on the pairs to find out which ones it does work on in a forward capacity. You can backtest all you want all day long. It doesn't mean squat. Understand? So the process here is simple. With Trading Live with Maxx, what I do is that I have this demo account running all pairs. Okay? And then under the summary, I have that success rate. Oh, sorry. Wrong one. Simply Forex. That's the one. I have it running with all pairs in all of its glory. You'll see the open trades, the open orders. You'll see everything, the history, everything. And then under the summary, I have what pairs do well. So you could see immediately that the AUD USD, the Euro Great Britain Pound, and the Great Britain Pound USD, they don't do so well. And until they improve, I filter them out on my demo to live station. Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just fix it so they would do better? Well, because it doesn't work that way. A particular pair has to have at least 3 trades on board for me to be able to trade it and work it. So which ones would I trade? I would be trading right now the Great Britain Pound JPY. That's basically it. It has to be a positive profit margin, positive pippage on both sides. Now I can take it if it's only on one side, but it still has to be profit and pip positive on both of these. That's the way I play it. And I use that Simply Forex program to be able to see what's the success rate of those pairs that I'm using. Very excited about. All right. So if you're watching this and you are unsure what to do now, I think the best thing for you to do is to head over to DexFX Copy. If you are not sure what the internet trading or Forex trading is, excuse me one second, then the best thing to do is to go over to DexFX Copy. There's a getting started page, or get started page, I should say, you should see. It should bring you right here. Now, when you do this, it's going to bring you to a page. You're going to watch the video, you do all that stuff. It's $250, one-time fee. $250, one-time fee to be able to buy into the process. And then we only charge you, we give you an invoice every month only when you're doing well, only when you're actually making money. So the first month that you make money in that process, we'll charge a percentage of about 20% from that point. So if you only make 10 bucks, it's $2. If you make 2,000, it's 200. Pretty cool, right? Now, if you're not sure that you want to just be in a copier service, maybe you want to learn the entire thing, then head over to dextrader.com. Hit the Get Started button on there. Okay? And you got a whole bunch of options. You want to use Nadex, you want to use whatever, you know, the North American Derivative Exchange. But if you want to learn what I just showed you today, remember I told you it was $399. We have a payment plan. Okay, we do have a payment plan. But if you want to buy it outright, it's $399. But here's, don't go be pushing that button yet. You can save $100 right now by clicking on that button, and that'll take you down to a page where you'll share the content. Hey, I'm gonna buy into the. It's very very easy on the eyes. It just says, hey, it shares an article about you buying into our company. That's basically what you're doing. You're buying into our company, helping us develop and build more things for other people as well. Okay? So you can save $100 there. Or you can hit the payment button, make payments to it. It's like 3 payments or something, I forget. Over here it is. All right? But the coupon can't be applied, so you would still be paying, you know, $300 on that process. All right? Here it is right here. 2 payments. $219. There you go. So simple. Right? And what this is going to teach you, literally, what it's going to teach you is it's going to give you the opportunity. Let me log in here. I'll show you what you get in the background. Member portal, Simply Forex. You're going to get a whole bunch of stuff in here. Under the Learning Center, there's a tremendous amount of training. Look at this. Beautiful. Very short, very easy on the eyes videos. This is where you're going to make your money. Because you're going to learn. You're going to take the next month and learn this. And in taking that time to really learn the process, you're going to get such a level of training in there that you're going to have the availability to trade the market in the simplest terms. None of this crazy 14 different indicators and 13 different strategies and all that kind of crap. Very easy stuff that you can learn. And I think we're running a special on, I think you reach out to the email support and I'll have some coupons for you later on, that if you end up buying into the Simply Forex portal, it may include the DexFX copy. That's right. So you could do both. You could have one copy and trades for you while you're practicing and learning. And then while you're doing that, while you're practicing and learning that process, you're kicking ass. You're making money as well. All right. All right. Well, let me check my trades real quick. This is really about trading with Maxx. It wasn't supposed to be a sales video. They always are. we go. Okay. New order, so there we go. That and hit it right about there. Nope, put it there. Okay. Used to see anything. It's a tough one. Yeah, we're already in this one. We're still breaking even. I'm going to stay off of this one because it's a pretty powerful line. You have a good set of support and resistance areas here. All right, that's about it. I'm not really going to be getting too much else. Not until 4:30, and then we got some CNY news tonight. The yen should be flipping out a little bit, but not too bad. End of the day stuff, that's about all. All right, well, that's my time. I hope you all enjoyed some of the information I could give you. I'm going to get back in and keep testing, getting everything on board. Pay attention. There's a lot of great stuff. We also, with our DexFX copy, because you need to have your MetaTrader 4, we either have a VPS, okay, a virtual private server that you can buy from us, very inexpensive, but it's managed and run completely on our side. You don't have to do anything except, you know, log in, and we can even install the programs for you, all that kind of good stuff. Or we even have a web-based version of a copier network to where you don't even need a VPS. You just go in and put your account details inside the secured system. We don't even see it, and you attach the copier to your account, and boom, you're done. Pretty wild, right? So there's a tremendous amount of opportunity with our system, and no matter what situation you're in, if you want to trade, if you want stuff traded for you, you want to have a trader copier service, you want to learn the system, you want to trade on Nadex, man, we got you covered. All right, I'm Max Farrow. This is Dex Trader, DexFX Copy, and DexFXCopyWB.com. Lots of Dexes. We'll see you next time. As always, trade well.